Today's Joe Show is sponsored by Magnet LLC. So maybe you're for 4 more years of hope and change, or perhaps you want to get invited to a tea party. No matter what, we are going to be looking at the government election market. We're going to give you some stats and some figures, and we're going to try to give you some ideas of how you might be able to get some of this business that's going to be heating up over the next 13 months. All that straight ahead on today's Joe Show. 2012 will be a big year when it comes to elections. First, let's start off on the national level. The presidency is up for grabs again, and while President Obama will likely have the nomination on the Democratic side, on the Republican side, things haven't worked all the way out yet. They're still in the middle of their primary season, and there's a handful of candidates out there still looking to court favor amongst the voters. So because of that, they will be spending money on a lot of different promotional items like buttons and pins and magnets, and as well as yard signs and bumper stickers. Now, also on the national level, there's 33 seats up for bid in the Senate. Over the House of Representatives, all 435 seats are up for grabs. So that's going to affect your state. Everyone's state is involved and in play in 2012. So looking on the state level, there's 11 governorships up for bid. Now, when we stay at the state level, you have to look at houses and also senates there with seats are up for bid. And then locally, you might have someone on the school board looking to be reelected, judges looking to get elected, and also city council people. So you want to go to the League of Women Voters and see all the positions, all the candidates are out there that are looking to get their name out in front of voters. And we're going to talk about some ways that you can help them when we come back. Okay, so you want to get involved in elections. How do you do it? On the national level, you might want to check with local clubs, whether they're for the Democrats or whether they're for the GOP. They might have a need for products. However, they also might be getting it from a web store that one of the candidates is actually hosting. But that doesn't mean you can't provide products for that. A lot of candidates will come around to various areas, schools, businesses, rallies, give speeches, talk to supporters. If that's the case, there might be a need for products at those events that the clubs might not be sponsoring, but maybe the people who are hosting the event might want to do. So if they have Obama coming to a high school, they might want to get printed up some t-shirts or some caps. Great for those types of rallies, because when the news stations come, what does a candidate want to see? Well, he wants the people to see a whole swarm, a whole sea of people wearing t-shirts that say Obama on it. Now, again, going back to the state and the local ones, you might have a little more luck there. Find out who those candidates are and tell them how you can help. Direct mail campaigns, you can get products that can go into envelopes. Now, this might sound a little funny, but nail files are actually big political products that candidates are using to get their name out. If there's rallies, if there are parades, what else can they give out? Well, small American flags can be giving out as they're walking along a parade route. Also, think of those placards that people will need at rallies too. So it just doesn't have to be for the president running an election who's going to use these products. It could be anyone. It could be the local town council people who want to court favor with some of their constituents. Okay, when we come back from seeing a product from today's Joe Show sponsor, I'm going to have some products for you that you might show some of the candidates to help them get their name out. And now we have 2 products from today's Joe Show sponsor, Magnet LLC. I'm going to start with this first one. Okay, this is a postcard that mails with an attached magnet. I'm going to flip it over, Craig, and on this side you're going to see there's a message. It could be a message from a candidate to the neighbors, to the voting constituents, and on the reverse side now you've got the magnet that the person who gets is going to take that magnet off, put it on the refrigerator. If you need help with something, with your county services, with anything in the township, you got the magnet there to be able to call the candidate. So it's a dual-purpose product. You got the postcard with an important message or some other information you can put on there, and you also have the magnet that will go on the refrigerator. The next one I have is a car magnet. It's sizable, great for people who don't want to put bumper stickers on their car. They can put this magnet on their car to show support for candidates. So it would be wise for candidates in your area, state, region to use car magnets as a way to put their name out there in front of the public. All right, when we come back, we'll have more products for today's Joe Show. Okay, with the election coming up, a lot of people running for a lot of different offices locally in the state, nationally as well, and you want to try and get your piece of the pie. So what can you do? You want to show them some of the products that they want to be giving out at rallies, at events, at fundraising events, in parades, also giving out to people who are going to canvass the area for them. Here, give this to the people that you knock door to door. You talk to them, give them something. All right, the first thing we'll start off with, Craig, come in tight here. And you're going to see that I have here on my lapel, this lapel pin. This is the symbol for the GOP. It's a nice little lapel pin. It's got some great graphics on there, so Republican candidates can use that. If in your area, and you have a Democrat there, you'll see we've got the donkey, which is the symbol of the Democratic Party. So candidates in either party, when they go to events, they can be wearing one themselves, and they can give it to people who help them raise funds. They can give them a handful of them when they go knocking door to door or whatever it is, when they're canvassing or they're at events to show support for their party. They can get one of those pins. All right, I'm going to show you this next product. You see we've got the American flag there. It's very patriotic. And on the front here, we've got a candidate saying to vote for him. Show you another version. We've got same cup. One paper cup, but it's also dishwasher safe in the upper rack. So it's good that it's reusable. It's just not going to be a one-time deal. What these cups are good for, though, are at those fundraising events where people are coming, they're getting a beverage, something to drink. Why do it in plastic? Why do it in something that's going to stay at a hotel or wherever and get washed again? Give them this, and the people that come, they've got now a keepsake. The candidate, they really like that candidate. They got something they can take home. They can reuse, take in the office, home office, put pens or pencils in there on the desk if they choose. But it's another thing, another way for a candidate to get their name out in front of voters and have it stay out there in front of voters. All right, I think we all know this guy. That's President Obama, and he will be up for re-election again in 2012. This is a 3D button, so it's different than your other campaign buttons because it has a little bit of a raise in the front here. Stay with me, Craig. I'm going to turn it around. You've got a pin attachment here, or if you don't want to use that, you take that off, and then there's a peel here, and there's some sticky. So it can be put on a wall. It can be put on a filing cabinet, wherever you choose to put it. So, okay, so we have this, the national candidate here for the President of the United States. It can also be made in the likeness of the Republican challenger or anyone else who's running for office. It's a little different, a little 3D, and of course, these are great things, not all that expensive to give out at events, rallying events, because you want everyone to pin them on. So when the TV crews are there, they're going to see a whole sea of people wearing the buttons. But we also want to think of the other wearables too. Caps are big and T-shirts are big. Anyone who's working, volunteers working on the campaign should have shirts that are emblazoned with the candidate's name, whatever their slogan is for the election, and make sure that they're wearing them at rallies so people can identify them. If they have questions about that candidate, they know who to go to, the volunteers. Also, again, when news crews are there, either taking still pictures or video for the nightly broadcast, they're going to see a sea of people with the name of the candidate. All right, here's this next product. And it does look like the Capitol Dome, which it is. And I turn it around here. You'll see a spot here for an imprint. So a candidate could put their name on it. And it is a stress reliever. So anyone running for the 33 Senate seats that are open, or the 435 House of Representative seats that are open, they can put this, their name on here, and 2012 on there as well. Also good for state elections too, state senators. Most of our Capitol buildings have some sort of dome, so it plays into the state capitals as well. What I like about these, again, they can be used at a variety of different events. You're at a parade, you're walking, you're throwing it to the people who are standing there watching the parade. You're on stage afterwards, the volunteers are throwing them out to people in the crowds. And again, it's a keepsake. People are going to like, put it on a desk, put it on a shelf at home, and they're really going to appreciate it. All right, let's moving on. Bumper stickers are a mainstay, and if you look on this, this is for a state senator, okay? Someone running for the state senate, which is important. You just can't think of national election. And we got another one here. Here's a smaller size bumper sticker, okay? And if you see, this one is for sheriff. Remember, there's a ton of different local offices too, countywide offices, that people will be up for election. It could be sheriff, school boards, judges, council people, a lot of local elections. So just don't think so large as the national and state elections. Think locally as well, okay? And you'll see there that we got a nice bumper sticker. Some people will put them on their car. Some people might not put them in the car. They might put them on an office wall, on a corkboard in an office. So, but something that they're going to keep. Maybe they have a bar in their basement and they want to decorate it with some bumper stickers. All right, the last product I have for you. And hold this up. This is your yard sign. Okay. And you can see Wayne Anthony is running for mayor here, and we got the red, white, and blue graphics. Again, you're talking something here. This is a citywide election, so you want to look at that as well. Check with your League of Women Voters to find out all the candidates that are running for all the different offices. They're going to help you pinpoint some of those candidates, and you're going to try and get in with them. Let me show you another one here, and of course, we got Loyola. Ben Loyola here is running for Congress. So again, this is a yard sign, and you'll see people put them up on the yards. And what happens is volunteers for the candidates, they go around, do you support our candidate? Can we put a yard sign up? You say, yes, thank you very much. So they got to get there from someplace, and why not you, the distributor? So again, just don't think state and national elections. Also think of your local elections, because some of those are, contested very aggressively, where, they want new people on a school board because they don't like what the old school board is doing, what the old school board wants to keep their job. So they're really going to do a lot to market their candidates, to advertise their candidates, and do a good job out there campaigning. And with your help, maybe you can put someone into office. All right, those are all the products we had for you today. Now, remember, 2012, big election year, not just nationally, but there's always state and local elections too. Go to your League of Women Voters, find out who the candidates are. Find ways that you can help them that maybe they're not thinking about now. The variety of different promotional products they can be using to go out there and get their candidate's name out in the public. And again, hopefully you help someone get into office. Well, that's all we have for today. Have a great weekend. Thanks a lot for watching. This is ASI TV.